Hello everyone. Today we are going to see how to set up a Spark Scala application in your local Windows machines. I'm going to use Maven build tool here. First, before that, there are prerequisites. We must install Java in our local machines. Greater than 1.8 is preferable, and then you must be installed IntelliJ in your Windows. And then in the IntelliJ, you must have a Scala plugin. If you don't have, let me show you how to install a Scala plugin in your IntelliJ. You can go to File and then go to Settings. There you can search plugins here, or if you're able to find it here, you can directly open this. In the search, you can put Scala. Actually, I already installed it, that's why it's coming at the first place. If you don't have, it will come newly. That time the install button will come out here. So just install it and then restart your IntelliJ. So once Scala is installed in your machine, create a Maven project. So file, new project. So there you can see the variety of wizards. There we will select Maven here. In case if you want to go with other builder tools like Gradle or Groovy kind of tool, you can use that one. And then by default, if you choose Scala, it will come up with the SBT. If you are want to go with SBT, you can choose that as well. I most preferable go with Maven, so I'm going with that one. And then here you can choose your Java versions. For me, it's 1.8, and then I'm giving next. Here I'm going to give my project name, so I'm going to give Spark Scala sample. Okay, and then finish. I'll open this in new window. Yeah, once you given complete, it will open this project like this. There you can find the POM file. POM file is nothing but it's a Maven file. So this is the default view, and for Scala, it won't be having default compilers, so we need to have a Maven plugin to compile the Scala code. So you can it's available in the Apache link. You can take it from here. So this is the plugin used to build the Scala source codes. So let me add it under the build. So under the build you must have plugins. So inside that I'll put it this one. So it is asking the Scala version, so I'm going to use 2.12. In case for you, if you want a higher version, lower version, you can change here. So now I'm going to create a source directory. By default, it has Java and resources. So for Scala we must create a new directory. I'll provide Scala, and then it must be added in the class path. So I'm going to have add this into the class path. So once you added this, you can find option like, I need to have dependencies like Scalar dependency as well as the Spark dependency. Then only we can create a Scala source files here. So let me take that from the internet. So let me search it here, Scala Maven. So open this. So I'm going to use 2.12.8. That's standard version I'm using. I copy paste this. So it should be under the dependencies. And then apart from that, I'm going to copy the Spark later dependencies. First, I'll choose Spark SQL. I'm going to use 3.2.0. So based on your your interest, you can choose any versions. But just make sure that you are giving the right Scala version in the Spark also, Spark dependencies. Let me show you that. So here you can see the source Scala version is 2.12. In case if you're using 2.13, you have to provide 2.13 here, and then the Scala library should be 2.13 point some other versions. We have to make sure that yeah. And then now SQL is copied. Let me copy the core also, Spark core. 3.2.0, 2.12. So now we added the required dependency in the Maven file. Now I'm going to refresh the Maven script so that it will connect to the internet and download the required dependencies. So I'm facing some error with here, so I'm going to remove this configuration so that it will pick up the latest version of Maven plugins. Okay, it is completed. Now under the external libraries you can see all the jars which are required for this project. Spark jar, Scala jar, everything. Now let's see whether we are able to create a Scala source file. Scala new. Now you can see the Scala class. If you choose this, it will give some options. So anyways, for the main class we have to go with the object. So I'm selecting object and then I'm giving a Spark learning. Spark learn. Okay, so I'm going to have a main method, control space enter. Yeah, it's giving this. First of all, we need to create a Spark context. I mean Spark session. So using this session only, you can create a data set, ODD, or data frames. Okay, so create a Spark context first. Spark session dot builder dot app name. So this could be anything. You can give any names. So I'm giving Spark sample. And the next is the important thing, master. So we are going to run this application in our local environment, so we must give local. There is another option, local star, you can provide, which means it uses the additional cores from your local machines. If you don't provide, it will take a single core from your machine. And then dot get or else. So now the Spark session is created. Next is how we are going to create a data set. There are different ways of creating the data set. One is you can read the files from your local file system that will give the data sets, and then you can process that data set. For now, I'm going to create a data set from the collections. Collections is nothing but Scala collections. I'm going to create from this collection. It will be converted as a data frames. It's spark context dot parallelize. So inside that I'm going to provide sequence. So there are two columns I'm going to have. One is name, maybe that's a copy, and then I'm going to give the age. Okay, and then it will give the RDD. By default, it will provide only the RDD related methods. So we don't see the data from related methods here. To get that, we need to import some Spark implicits. So now you can see additional methods like a 2df, 2ds kind of methods. So I'm giving this, and then also I'm going to give the column names. Okay, so name is the first column, and then age is the second column. Okay, I'm going to assign this into one variable, that's a df. Then let me print this variable df.show. So we are going to run this now. There is some error. Okay, it's because of the POM file there we forgot to remove the scope. Yeah, it's because of the scope. If it's provided, which means these jars will be won't be available in the package or all the time. It will be available for the compile time. That's why this error is coming. Let me remove this so that the dependency will be available in the compile time and the runtime. Okay, now let's run the application again. Yeah, now the execution is completed. Now the names are printed. So that's all for this video. If you have any question, please put it in the comment. I'll respond it. Thank you.